This morning on DC News Now, 2 decades after one of the most heinous crimes in DC history, one of the DC snipers is set to appear in court today. What to expect from that hearing.
When he walked in the room, his smile really lit up the room.
Plus, the man in Rockville dies in Israel while serving as a reserve soldier. A week-long warm-up. Fall is here, but it could feel like summer all week.
It's really about how you bounce back more than it is anything else. With 10 games left to go, you never know what's going to happen.
A stinging defeat for the Commanders against a division rival. A look at how the Burgundy and Gold can get on the right track before it's too late. And if you suffer from fall allergies, your furry friends could be suffering with you. We'll show you what symptoms to look out for. Today is Monday, October 23rd.
The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, good morning. It is 8 o'clock now on a Monday morning. Starting off with a live look outside. It's so pretty out there because you can see all the leaves changing. It's that time of year.
Sun is shining.
Sun is shining on them, and it is, speaking of that time of year, it's cold outside. So you do want to have the jacket. We'll have more on that coming up. I'm cold in here too. I'm glad I wore this today. But good morning. I'm Tanaya Wright.
Yeah, good morning to you. I'm Corey James. Shanika, she's monitoring the roads out there for you this morning. And if you haven't left the home this morning, just going to get you out there in just a moment. Hopefully they're not too bad.
Yeah, some delays. You know, you can't go anywhere without delays in this area. But
well, it's Monday.
Not too
so,
bad. That is true.
You know, well, it is cold out there, Brittany, so they are going to leave the house.
Yes.
Bring a jacket.
Bring the jacket, indeed. The good news is you could ditch it in the afternoon. Morning glows, though, they were on the chillier side, especially if you headed further off into the Shenandoah Valley. You guys actually got to the freezing point. Culpeper, 32 degrees was your morning low, as well as Orange. And then Luray, you guys were below freezing this morning, getting in the lower 30s, but we were a little bit mild here in DC. We got into the mid 40s. Now, because of those chillier temperatures, the National Weather Service has issued a freeze warning for those locations off I-81. This is set to expire about 10 a.m. And then we do have a frost advisory in effect for the eastern panhandle of West Virginia. That's also set to expire at 10 a.m. And that's because you guys are still in the growing season. Now, temperatures stepping out the door really haven't warmed up in those higher elevations, but notice we're a tad bit warmer here in the nation's capital. That will be the trend as we head through your day today. Shanika?
All right, thank you, Brittany. Now let's take a look at the roads out of Prince George's County. Here's the lower part of the Capitol Beltway inner loop, and you are seeing some delays, and that's just volume right before 295 or over the Woodrow Wilson Bridge. Now, over in Montgomery County, it's a different story. You are seeing delays, and you're seeing delays because of issues out there, all on the outer loop portion of the Capitol Beltway, one near 29, one in Bethesda right before Old Georgetown Road, and heading throughout the 270 spur. So do keep that in mind heading out.
All right, thank you, Shanika. More than 20 years have passed since 2 men randomly shot and killed people in the DMV.
And one of the DC snipers has since died because of the death penalty. But today, the other man, Boyd Malvo, is scheduled to be resentenced in Montgomery County Court. That's where we find our Lex Forrest this morning. And Lex, why is the court taking up this case again?
Right, well, the case is reopened due to recent years ruling by the Supreme Court that took into account how juveniles are sentenced. Now, Malvo was 17 when the DC sniper attacks happened in 2006. He received multiple life sentences in both Maryland and Virginia without the possibility of parole. Now, in the last 20 years, the Supreme Court made rulings that deemed that sentence unconstitutional if the juvenile's crime is due to immaturity rather than him being unreformable. Now, Malvo has already gone through this process in Virginia, in which his sentence was changed to life with the possibility of parole. Just last year, though, the parole board in Virginia did deny his release. Now, Malvo is scheduled to be in court at 9:30 this morning, so in just over an hour, and depending on how the resentencing goes, Malvo may have the opportunity to resubmit his paperwork for this in 3 years. Live in Rockville, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
All right, Lex, thank you. 4 people have been sentenced for the deadly shooting of 10-year-old Micaiah Wilson. She was killed back in 2018 while sitting on the front stoop of her D.C. home. The 4 people received sentences ranging from 35 years to 68 years in prison. Two other defendants were also sentenced 2 weeks ago. They were given a 72-month and 60-year sentence. And the search for the man who police say shot and killed a Washington County Circuit Court judge is expanding. Last Thursday, 52-year-old Andrew Wilkinson was gunned down in his driveway. Officials say it happened hours after he awarded full custody of children to the suspect's wife. That suspect has been identified by authorities as Pedro Argote. Officials say over the weekend his SUV was found in a wooded area near Williamsport, Maryland. However, authorities say there is no evidence of him still being there. And take a look at this picture of Argote. Officials believe he is armed and dangerous. The U.S. Marshals Service says he has ties to New York, Florida, Indiana, and North Carolina. There is a reward of up to $10,000 for any information leading to his arrest. Mayor Muriel Bowser is unveiling new legislation to tackle rising crime in D.C.
Our Liberty Zabala is live at the Wilson Building right now to tell us how the plan will give law enforcement more tools to keep neighborhoods safe. Liberty, good morning.
Good morning. Well, that new legislation is called Addressing Crime Trends Now Act, or Act Now, and it's aimed at giving officers more tools to hold criminals accountable. Now, Mayor Bowser, as well as the Deputy Mayor for Public Safety and Justice, Lindsay Appiah, as well as Acting Chief of Police Pamela Smith, are expected to release new details of Act Now at a press conference later this morning. This comes in response to the rising crime rates in the district. For instance, Metropolitan Police reported 224 homicides so far this year. That's a 34% increase in homicides from last year. Now, total violent crime is also up 39%. Property crime and all total crimes are also up from last year. This past summer, D.C. enacted 3 crime bills to reduce the crime rate. One aimed at making it harder for suspects to be released from custody before their trial. Another authorizing D.C. police to chase certain vehicles in pursuits. And a third aimed at providing better transparency and public access to police dispatches and communication. One professor at Georgetown University offered his thoughts on youth outreach and possible crime solutions.
We have lots of programs in the district. We do not have a lot of coordination, and we do not have a real plan for coordinating this in a way that focuses on prevention, primarily intervention, and then reaction.
And the mayor, as well as other local leaders, will be holding that press conference at MPD's 4th District Station at 11 this morning. For now, live here in Northwest D.C., Liberty Zabala, D.C. News Now.
Thank you, Liberty. Your time right now is 8:07. The Israel-Hamas war is now in its 3rd week of fighting. Israeli military officials say they are stepping up airstrikes on the area. Now, this comes as the country prepares to launch a ground attack against Hamas. The Israeli prime minister also warning Lebanon's Hezbollah militant group to not launch an attack of its own. Israel is expanding its air attacks to target other countries as well. Warplanes struck 2 airports in Syria over the weekend.
And meantime, the second round of humanitarian aid reached Palestinian citizens in Gaza yesterday. Israeli officials say the aid included water, food, and medical supplies. They also say everything was inspected before it was allowed into Gaza. The United Nations agency says 14 trucks were allowed inside the border. However, the UN says this is just a fraction of what Palestinians need. The agency is calling for 100 trucks a day to be allowed entry into Gaza. And right now, Israel is also blocking the import of fuel into Gaza. The United Nations says Gaza is expected to run out of fuel in just 2 or 3 days. Fuel is essential for running hospitals to treat those who are wounded. United Nations officials are pushing for Israel to lift the block. And family and friends, they're mourning after a missile attack killed an Israel Reserve soldier from Maryland.
Omar Balva died on Friday night along the border of Lebanon. The 22-year-old grew up in Rockville and attended the Charles E. Smith Jewish Day School. The school says after graduation, he enlisted in the Israeli Defense Forces. He was studying business and economics at a private school in Israel.
His smile really lit up the room. He was very clear that he wanted to go serve in the Israeli Defense Forces after graduating rather than go on to college. He loved Israel, the Jewish people, and he wanted to serve in the Israeli Defense Forces.
His former school says it is planning a memorial for him.
And as we take a look at the U.S. Capitol building this morning, lawmakers are still attempting to lock down a Republican House Speaker. This comes after Republican Congressman Jim Jordan failed to gain the votes needed this past Friday. The AP reports despite Jordan's backing from former President Donald Trump, opposition to his nomination only grew during last Friday's session. Some of the Congress members who opposed the Ohio congressman's nominations have even received death threats. Republicans have now started pitching new candidates with seemingly no plan for the future. And some of the names presented include House Majority Whip Tom Emmer will be running. Representative Kevin Hern from Oklahoma joined as well. House Republican Conference Vice Chairman Mike Johnson made his bid official yesterday. And Representative Byron Donalds from Florida is also running. Now, he already got votes for the speakership back when McCarthy and Jordan ran for the position in January. Right now, 9 members of the House are running for the seat. House Republicans are set to meet to discuss all the new candidates this evening. All right, DC News Now is your local election headquarters, and Montgomery County Councilmember Will Jawando is dropping out of the Senate race.
That is right. Jawando became a candidate just one day after Senator Ben Cardin says he will retire at the end of his term. So here's what Jawando had to say about his decision.
I frankly no longer see a path for myself to victory. And because I have so much respect for my loyal supporters, for you, my constituents in Montgomery County, I cannot remain in a race I do not believe we have a good chance of winning.
With Jawando's exit, 2 major candidates remain in the race. Prince George's County Executive Angela Alsobrooks, who has received endorsements from many of Maryland's top Democrats, and Democratic Congressman and businessman David Trone. Trone says he has been using his own money for the campaign, which he believes protects him from political influence. The primary is scheduled for May 14th.